the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams. As we're just about ready to get this one started.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And coming right up, the Bucks will be going up against the Pistons. Well, for Detroit, they'd like to play well to start this season's series. They haven't forgotten how this team knocked them out in the first round last season. Well, both of these teams are at the vanguard.
It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement. Hey, Dave. Well, you're right, D.A. It'll be scary. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Tony Snell's out there with Wood, and it's Rose. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Jackson at the one spot. And for Milwaukee, Antetokounmpo is out there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Bledsoe. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Matthews in at the shooting guard position. Rose scanning the floor. Back to Wood. Lock loose. And now Matthews pushing it up. No one back to stop it. And it's Matthews with the jam.
Matthews showing you not only can he steal the ball, he excels at turning those steals into points at the other end.
Now the Pistons with it. And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long three.
A pretty good combination. Wasn't an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
Now, Clark, what a year it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo last season. He took everything to the next level from the get-go. He became a top player in the NBA.
And you know what, guys? Early on, you could see it and you could feel it. It was going to be a special year for Giannis because his progression and development, his hunger, his commitment, his work ethic, all of that helped him become the MVP of the league against a pretty competitive field of MVP candidates.
So it's the Pistons now. 4-point game. Drummond passes to Wood. Rose in the post, covered by Giannis. Antetokounmpo knocks it away. And up the court from the Bucks. On the break, the shot by Middleton, wide open. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
Middleton really is an amazing shooter, absolutely amazing, especially from long distance.
Right wing. Rose against Matthews. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Milwaukee. And there's the pass to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Pass to Middleton. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. For Detroit, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Pass to Drummond. Rose against Matthews. To the wing on the left. 3-pointers. Snell. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Down low. And the cut by Giannis.
Matthews has a nice feel, guys, for when a teammate has a clean look, gets him the ball.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside Jackson. Kicks the Rose. Passes it to Drummond. 6 to shoot. Looking to end the run. Unable to get that one. Good D by Lopez.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Jackson looking around. Drummond. And Drummond is right there.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebounder.
And Giannis gets it to go.
surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Bledsoe. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Right around the halfway mark, and some players starting to feel a little bit beat up, taking those bumps and bruises. Is it hard to decide which injuries to play through versus the ones that make you sit and miss a game?
You know, I don't think so. If you're a younger player, it may be a little more difficult, but as you spend time in the league, you know your body. You understand what's an ache and a pain and something you can play with, or an injury that really hampers you. So I think as you mature in the league, it becomes much easier to know what's an injury and what's something that you can work through.
That word tolerance becomes pretty important, doesn't it?
Yeah, and everybody's a little different in that regard, Kevin. Some guys have a high tolerance, others have a low or moderate. But again, it's about knowing your body.
The drive by Jackson, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option, and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
And so Jackson nails both of them. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Shots good by Middleton.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And he gets it to go.
You know, you can't let Rose get this close, because when you do, he's going to cook you.
The drive by Giannis, and the cut by Giannis.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that
A
dunk?
nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
And the Pistons decide to take their first time out right here. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Matthews against Rose. Here's Bledsoe. They get it back. Ilyasova. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Boy, I like the heart that Ilyasova displays when he's playing. Just terrific. Love watching him mix it up on the glass with those long arms of his.
The pass to Drummond. Over Lopez. And contact down the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Brook Lopez. Now you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Here's Rose. And that one is good. Rose has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, you know, if you're the defense, that's all you can do. Rose is just a force on the offensive end.
Pass to Middleton. Lopez outside. Out to the wing. To the inside. And stolen by Drummond. There's Snell. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Middleton outside. Back to Lopez. Dishes it to Middleton. It's stolen by Rose.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
Hey guys, let's get your take on the rushing stats for Milwaukee.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Marquise Morris comes in for Christian Wood, and it's Kennard in for Rose. Outside Jackson for three. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first two attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And Jackson has become a reliable three-point shooter. That's a shot you got to respect.
Bledsoe kicks to Lopez. Over Drummond, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pistons. Trailing by 2. And Drummond with the jam.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Ilyasova. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Here's Kennard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Dumboya passes to Kennard. Shot from 16. Morris, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
That's a 2 from Korver, and off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. And here is Dumboya for the 3. Offensive rebound. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. And the Bucks with possession here. Hill with it. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. He feeds it to Korver. The Bucks working the ball around. Here's Lopez. 6 on the shot clock. That's in. He found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Just because Lopez is a big guy doesn't mean he can't knock that down.
To the paint, Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Here's Jackson. And that one is off. Hill with some nice D.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Now, Dumboya. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Drummond. Ball's knocked loose. Now here's Matthews. G right on him. And the shot goes in.
And nice to see Matthews get involved inside. Showing a nice touch around the basket.
Morris outside. Right side Jackson. Jackson is doubled. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Matthews. Here's Lopez on the dunk by Lopez.
Hey, Brook Lopez getting after it. He is one of the better offensive rebounders in the game.
Pistons trail by 4. Jackson passes to Dumboya. There's the double team with Korver. Pass to Kennard. Hill against Jackson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And it's Drummond missing. Milwaukee leading by 4. Up the floor. Matthews, no one around him. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Matthews has got 7 points in the game.
Remarkable poise from Wesley Matthews. Looks like he's very comfortable shooting as soon as that ball hits his hand.
And Drummond throws it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And That's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignited.
Timeout called the Bucks. Milwaukee. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Galloway is checked in. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Bucks. Leading by 5. The pass to Galloway. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Morris outside. Outside Jackson. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Here's Bledsoe. So it's Detroit with the ball. Jumboya dishes to Jackson. 5 to shoot. From deep. They'll get another chance. Jumboya can't get it to go.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Stolen by Jackson. Doesn't go for it. They're scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Milwaukee on top, leading by 5. And he'll return shortly. Robin Lopez talks about the importance of being the anchor on the defensive end.
That's something I relish.
And Greg, that's why his teammates love him.
Absolutely. You can tell Lopez really wants to make an impact on defense, on every possession.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Here are the 5. Detroit has to start the second quarter. Jumboya is out there with Kennard. Then there's Marquise Morris. And there's Jackson. And it's Galloway in at the 2-goal. Jackson kicks to Galloway. Here's Jumboya. Good D by Lopez.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Here's Kennard. And that one is stuffed right through.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, I guess that's what being an all-star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win. Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. Milwaukee making a switch. Antetokounmpo's checked in, and then for Detroit, Christian Woods checked in for Luke Kennard, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Jumboya passes to Rose. Now, Jumboya lets the 3 fly. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Man, can he finish? Chris Middleton, so good at driving inside. If you don't get there soon enough, he's turning it over on top of your head.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Rose against Bledsoe. Rose passes to Galloway. Lopez with the steal. Fast break, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo running. And the dunk by Giannis.
And you know, this is why people are so high on Antetokounmpo. I mean, his build and skill set are both platinum level. And he knows how to kick his game up a gear, too.
Rose kicks to Wood. Pass to Morris. Can't hit that one. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Middleton right side. Giannis outside. Bledsoe for three. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Rose against Bledsoe. Rose attacking the feed to Morris. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. Here's the floater. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. We know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader. As you well know, Kevin, we actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation. But I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, playing football, both college and pro, enjoy playing golf. Board games and reading probably what I do.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez comes in for Robin Lopez. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Pat Connaughton. And just over 3.5 minutes play here in the second quarter. Here's Galloway. He's covered by Matthews. Here's Galloway. And that time, also a missed shot.
You can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Now here's Rose. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. It's good. Rose has got 6 points.
Coaching staff has to be pleased seeing this from Rose. Proving he can break down the defense in these sets. Nice.
Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. No good with the triple.
You know, after making 1 3 in the first quarter, he's had none here so far in the second.
Pass to Rose. Passes it to Wood. Here's Galloway. Pocket 6. And the 3 off target.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
They've gone to him. He has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
It's Sullivan to Kumbo. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Because of his strength and his athleticism, he kind of hurls his way inside and gets contact because he's looking for it. No fear from Bledsoe there.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Pistons trailed by 19. Right side Rose. Over Bledsoe. Out to the right wing. Wood kicks to Galloway. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Matthews. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And I tell you, it's ridiculous how much space Antetokounmpo covers in just 2 strides. I mean, the way he handles himself going to the basket, man, it is one sight to see.
Rose gets a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
The edge on the glass.
almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Hill comes in for Eric Bledsoe. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Andre Drummond's checked in for Morris. Galloway, the pass to Rose. To halt the run. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 11 rebounds in the game. Lopez inside. On the dunk by Lopez.
Putting that Stanton to the test. Big fella. Banging it down.
And it's Rose with the ball for Detroit. The pass to Drummond. Pass to Galloway. This one for three. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Hill kicks to Antetokounmpo. Hill against Rose. Lopez inside. He gets it in there. Lopez has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just like clockwork, Lopez doing damage inside.
Rose against Hill. Rose passes to Drummond. Pass to Wood. And the rejection by Giannis.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And the rejection by Giannis.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there. Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Rose dishes to Snell. Pistons passing it around. Passes to Drummond. Over Lopez. They could use a bucket. And he overshot that one, missing.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
And it's Korver in the corner. They get it back. And the dunk by Giannis.
You know, Antetokounmpo, for all of his skills and talent, he's a worker. This guy likes to grind and takes a lot of pride in outworking people on the board.
Hill against Rose. There's the pass to Wood. Giannis with some nice D.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
High post Lopez. He's got 8. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul called on the Detroit Pistons.
Really hard to get to the shot of Lopez, especially with his reach.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the Bucks with some changes. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Chris Middleton comes in for Kyle Korver. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Hill. And then for Detroit, Doumbouya is checked in for Wood. Luke Kennard comes in for Langston Galloway. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rose.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Feeds to Snell. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Middleton outside. Puts up a 3. Good on the three-point shot. Middleton's got 9 points in the quarter.
And he is really in his zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Well, last season, Chris Middleton was asked Clark to change his game, and even though it took some adjustment, Oh, the results were there.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's not easy for a guy of Middleton's ability. Early in the year, Coach Bud asked him to take on less for the good of the team. That meant less post-ups for Middleton, less shot creation from him, and the numbers for Middleton went down, but the success of the team took a big bounce forward.
And good that time. Middleton's got 16 points.
Well, I love what he's done in this first half, at least so far. Increasing confidence every time down the floor. You can see it.
Stolen by Bledsoe. Lopez passes to Ilyasova. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Sekou Doumbouya.
A couple of things that make Ilyasova so unique are his quickness and shooting ability at 6'10".
And the Bucks with some changes. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Matthews. Jackson has the open look. But they get it back. Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Thrown down with force. Drummond with great feel around the rim. Now, usually he's one of the leading dunkers in the NBA because he doesn't waste any time or motion in there.
And it's Connaughton missing. Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the Trailblazers. Pass to Jackson. He kicks it to Doumbouya. Lets it go from deep. Pistons working now with a new shot clock. Here's Jackson with the 3. The rebound by Middleton.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Milwaukee on top, running away with this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting a rebound, getting on the push, finally.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first, a tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 22 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals. And that'll...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You're looking at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
Well, with the double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
On out there at Bledsoe. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Lopez in at the center, whacking down the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Well, you look at the skill set and size of Middleton, hard for any defense to match up against. Just so creative in how he draws contact and gets himself to the line.
First one falls for him. Mark a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points, and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me, Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 3 assists tonight. Rose up on top. He's covered by Brown. Rose dishes to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
Knows how to run a team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
Bledsoe looking it over. Pass to Brown. Lopez with the ball. Back to Brown. Bledsoe against Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. Brown wide open. He fired. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
You know, Bledsoe has developed his passing skills to the point where you've got to respect that part of his game. He's doing a nice job finding his open guys.
Rose kicks to Jackson. Three-pointer. Snell drills the three-pointer. Snell's got 8 points.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and that one good.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. Here's Drummond, fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Pistons have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
And, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
He dishes it to Jackson. Looking to get back on track here. Over Bledsoe. Jackson gets the bucket. He's got 7.
Excellent activity and timing on the offensive glass. That's how you get extra possessions.
Lopez right side. And the layup's good off the glass.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Outside Rose. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks. Markieff Morris is checked in for the Pistons. Mark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic,
Wow.
because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
Pick off in midair. Here's Snell, guarded by Bledsoe. Jackson passes to Drummond. Three-pointer, Snell. Eric Bledsoe grabs the miss.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
The dish now to Antetokounmpo. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Antetokounmpo's got 24.
And it's hard not to commend the calm nature and demeanor of the Greek Freak. I mean, even in pressure situations, Antetokounmpo never seems to get outside of himself or never seems to give in to what the defense is trying to do to disrupt him.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shot.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle space for Milwaukee?
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists in going from failure to failure with without losing enthusiasm. That's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. And Giannis throws it down.
Absolutely awesome to watch Antetokounmpo rise up for these throwdowns. I mean, it's really quite easy for him.
Here's Snell. Out to Morris. Jackson against Bledsoe. Jackson dishes to Snell. From deep three-point range. Rebound, Milwaukee. Giannis has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting. Just letting it rip. Just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Detroit's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
There's Jackson with the three. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Shot by Brown. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Brown's got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's been a work in progress for Bledsoe, developing his passing skills over time, working on becoming better at orchestrating the offense.
Rose, and it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
The kick out to Brown. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. Jackson from long range bangs on the trifecta. Jackson's got 11 points.
Yeah, I'm not ready yet.
We all know how Rose can score the ball, but sometimes I think we dismiss how good of a passer he is.
Yeah.
Passes it to Bledsoe. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert, because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Some changes here for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Matthews comes in for Sterling Brown. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Detroit also making some changes. Doomboy is checked in for Andre Drummond. Luke Kennard comes in for Tony Snell. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Rose.
What a special player Antetokounmpo is, sharing the sugar there. The vision he showed, nice job finding the open man.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Here's Giannis. 28 points for him. Hill kicks to Giannis. The pass to Connaughton. 6 to shoot. Here's Lopez, and there the Bucks with another bucket.
Lopez is really dangerous as a shooter if you give him space to catch and then shoot.
Detroit's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Outside Jackson. Here's Morris. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Antetokounmpo looking it over, and they double up Giannis. Chalk up 2 there.
Decision-making of Giannis Antetokounmpo, I mean, he seems to improve on his passing every season, which is impressive.
Pass to Morris. Over Giannis, and a great move for Morris as he gets it to go. Morris has got his 2nd basket.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Hill passes to Matthews. And a miss there on the triple. Pistons shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Inside. Galloway, no good.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Antetokounmpo. And he banks in the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 8 here in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area. Tell you what, George Hill is one of my favorite players to watch. A veteran point guard. He's bounced around a bit the last few seasons, but he gives you leadership, toughness, a cool demeanor, and he's one of the smartest players I've ever been around. Brings value to every team that he plays on.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Galloway, the pass to Dumboya. Back to Galloway. Shoots. And the jumper is good. Galloway has got his third bucket of the night. And with Hill, as you said, Clark, he's a perfect fit as a second unit leader.
Yeah, I love the fact that George Hill really gives you everything you need in the backcourt. He's an excellent defender, makes really good decisions, can score the ball when you need him to. He's ideal to come off the bench because he packed a lot of production into short playing stints.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for George Hill. Christian Woods checked in for Detroit. Dumboya kicks to Kanon. Beyond the arc. And no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Here's Giannis. Rebound, Detroit. Here's Galloway. He has 6. Pass to Morris. Over Lopez. Morris, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And so it's Milwaukee, able to put on a show for the ages. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Pistons shooting poorly, just 35% so far. On the court for the Pistons, they've got Griffin. Frazier is out there with Brown. Then there's Maker. And it's Dumboya in at the 3 slot. Griffin's shot is good.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
And here's Frazier. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Hill. A finish, and it's Hill with the jam.
Hill jumps the passing lanes like a jaguar. Ridiculous instincts, which help lead to high percentage attempts on the other end.
Griffin against Giannis. Right side, Griffin. Shot clock at 5. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Hill. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Middleton. Rebound, Detroit. Dumboya's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Frazier outside. At the elbow, Griffin. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying. If you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Frazier against Hill. Frazier the pass to Maker. The rebound by Middleton. Middleton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Passes it to Giannis. Count that one. Giannis has got 13 points in the second half.
I How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Griffin dishes to Frazier. Back to Griffin. 5 on the clock. Duboya passes to Brown. Here's Griffin over Giannis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive, great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Now the pass to make it. Down low. Over on Antetokounmpo. That misses off the backboard.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Outside Hill. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce as volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade. And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
To the middle. Here's Frazier. That one goes in. Here's Connaughton. For a while now, you and I were just talking, we've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
Right side, Griffin kicks it to Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Frazier outside. No good on the triple. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Connaughton. The Bucks working the ball around. From 17 feet out. Good, he hits the jump shot. And that's 12 points for Hill.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Frazier the pass to Duboya. That one goes. Count it. Duboya's got his first points of the night. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 16-5 run here. Connaughton kicks to Hill. Back to Connaughton. Pass to Lopez. Over Maker. Lopez, no luck.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
On the wing, Brown. Frazier outside. Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds.
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game in my opinion.
Passes it to Hill. From the arc. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Frazier outside. Now, here's Maker. Lopez covering over in the corner. Brown trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. It's tipped. Here's Doomboy.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
Frazier against Hill. Here's Connaughton. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots from the high post. Ilyasova can't hit. Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. 2 points. That one goes. Griffin's got 5 points in the quarter.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And the call will be against Thon Maker. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. B.J. Wilson, he's checked in for Lopez. And it's Sterling Brown in for Pat Connaughton.
I mean, he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Here's Galloway. He's covered by Brown, and it's good for 2.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And the pass to Wilson. Dishes it to Ilyasova. Unloads. And another basket for Milwaukee. The Pistons have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Here's Frazier. He can't get that one to fall. Excellent D there from Hill. Now here's Ilyasova. He's guarded closely. He kicks it to Hill. Ilyasova down low. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Ersan Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Get over on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
The Bucks making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in. Mark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
And it's Brown missing. Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Frazier outside. Softly drops in the floater.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Pass to Ilyasova. Outside Wilson. Back to Ilyasova. Pass to DiVincenzo. Kicks to Ilyasova. 4 on the clock. From outside the arc, it's hauled in by Brown. And so Brown will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Wilson grabs the board. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bucks.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage, plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You'd love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double. And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader. Has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
The Pistons making a change here. June Boy is checked in.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Outside Griffin. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Middleton for 3. It drops.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.